everybody, it's Ian the Off Kilter Crafter. I hope you're having a great day today. Today I'm going to be putting together this card that kind of fought me a little bit. It did not want to get created and I had a lot of trouble creating it. And actually, as you're going to see, it's going to be completely different from what I started off with. I originally started off with this kind of inspiration of, well, no, it wasn't an inspiration. I created this piece first, thinking I knew where I was going to go with this card, but as you can see, it is completely different from the final card, and I thought about incorporating this piece on the front somehow, some way, but I felt it didn't fit anymore and it just didn't quite work. So I'm going to show you a little bit of what I did, and you're going to see how the card went in a different direction than where I started off. In fact, this is not the card that I had envisioned in my head at all. And the cool part is I get another piece that I can put onto a different card. I got some great inspiration from one of the Simon Says Stamp creators on the YouTube channel of Simon Says Stamp. Make sure to go check out that video by clicking in the iCards. I'll link it over there. Once again, I'm going to be using the Simon Says Stamp Seeing Stars stamp set and then the Simon Says Stamp Vintage Star. I've been really hooked on these two combinations of stamps and die. It comes out into a beautiful card, and I love astronomy, so it really is up my alley. So let's go ahead and take a look at today's card. So I'm going to start off with the Stardust stack here. As you can see, it matches great with the Seeing Stars stamp set, at least I think it will. And I'm going to start off with this sheet of paper, but as you will see, I will not be sticking with this pattern. In fact, I will not be using that piece of paper or any other piece of paper from that stack. I am going to be using this Crazy Creations glitter paper, and I'm going to be die cutting that. I'm also going to be die cutting that piece of patterned paper, and I'm going to add a little bit of a background behind the star by using my Copic markers to color in a background, just like I'm doing right here. And as you saw earlier in the video, I will not be using it, but I can be using, wow, English, let's try that again. I can use this on another card, and I'm going to go ahead and chop this up and cut out the star itself. I think it looks really great, and it's going to be a really good piece for another card, but it just was not right for this card. There it is right there, all finished out, and I'm going to go ahead and do what I think I'm going to do with this card and just line everything up, but then I realized that there's white space hanging off on either side, and it wasn't right, and I'm tearing the card apart, and that just made it worse, and I said, forget it. Just forget this, I'll try again tomorrow. Alright, so it's tomorrow, and I'm going to use two colors of Distress ink. I'm using Salty Ocean, and, actually it's Mermaid Lagoon and Blueprint Sketch. These are the two new colors from Tim Holtz. Well, they were new last year. Anyways, I'm going to use some water and a paintbrush, and I'm just going to go ahead and start blotting these onto some watercolor cardstock. And I'm going to add several layers of both because one layer is just not enough. So sit back and relax. Once I got that vented star cut out 4 times on this panel, I then went and added a sentiment which fit perfectly. I didn't even try to make this happen, it just happened on its own. This sentiment fits perfectly underneath that star right there, and the sentiment comes from the Seeing Stars stamps. I'm also going to use the coordinating stamps for, well, I guess it's coordinating. Anyways, it's in the same stamp set. It is these stars, they're solid stars. I'm going to be stamping them and embossing them in some Ranger fine silver embossing powder. The white was Ranger fine embossing powder. And I'm going to be embossing all of these onto the card. It just looks so good. I love this combination of white and silver. I think it matches up very well. The white makes it pop, the silver makes it shine. So I'm now going to be mounting this panel. It's watercolor cardstock, by the way. I'm mounting it onto a yellow piece of 80-pound cardstock. I think that yellow really adds a great border and makes those vented stars pop. So I'm adding some Tombow, no, this is not Tombow, this is Ranger Multimedia Matte, some of my favorite adhesive. I'm going to go ahead and flip that over and attach that to the front of this yellow panel. I use some Tombow Extreme adhesive to make sure that watercolor cardstock doesn't go anywhere. And this is what the card looks like. So as you can see, this card took me in a completely different direction, but I really love how this card came out in the final product, and I'm very happy with it. I'm very pleased with what happened during that creative process. Don't forget, guys, if you liked today's video, give it a thumbs up. That lets YouTube know that you liked my video, and then we'll share it across YouTube land. Also, don't forget, if you haven't already, hit that button down below that says subscribe. Subscribe to my YouTube channel and get great updates every time I post a new video. Just be careful, don't click it twice, otherwise you'll end up unsubscribing to my channel. You can also check me out over on my social media links. Get social with me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Periscope, and more. Sometimes I post exclusive content on one social media platform and I don't post it on another. Other than that, guys, I hope everybody has a great day, and remember, guys, keep it off kilter. Bye!